Hi, it's Geraldine here to do the tea leaf reading for the full moon in Sagittarius, June 14th. So, how's everyone doing? Maybe you've had trouble sleeping there for the last few nights, and maybe even going between sort of exhaustion and being hyperactive. It's just the way of the full moon, you know. Sometimes you're just totally exhausted, sometimes you're just completely hyper. Now, being in the fiery sign of Sagittarius, you might feel a sense of urgency to get things done. Now, that could be, a fire burning inside you, pushing at you, to go on a new adventure, or maybe take a leap of faith. And as we're still in Gemini season, this air element maybe could be adding fuel to that fire, okay? Now, Sagittarius is known to like the truth. So many truths could come out during this time, okay? Now, before the reading even started, I was hearing, "We are the way," okay? So I don't really know where it came from. It definitely wasn't a song or anything like that, but I just heard that we are the way. And then it sort of made a bit more sense as I went through the reading. But initially it did make me think of the passage in the Bible where Jesus said, "I am the way, the truth and the life." We have that same truth and light within us to guide the way in this life, okay? And it doesn't matter about your beliefs at all, or what you call sort of the higher source or power. It doesn't matter at all. The main thing is that we just stay connected to our divine source, okay? No matter what label is on that, all right? So full moons, of course, help us to manifest the seeds that we have planted in the past, and also helps us to release the old patterns, old beliefs, old hurts, etc. I also heard judgments. So if we are judging others or situations at this time, we need to drop those judgments, okay? Sometimes you really just have to catch yourself on, me too, of course. When I say you, I don't mean everybody else but me. But, we do have to catch ourselves on, like, are we judging somebody, and it's just our perception, okay? So anyway, you can dive a bit deeper into that. So in the tea leaves now, there were some gaps to fill. For instance, like that can be the physical, emotional, intellectual, spiritual. Each person will know what area they need to work on and give more attention to. It feels like maybe there's a pause as many are deciding what their next step is, which is fine to take that pause and, just sort of see what comes in, write a list or whatever. Now, at the top of the cup, there was a big pair of angel wings. Now, when I see angel wings in the leaves, it's definitely more so a sign of the divine intervention or protection. In personal readings, it can represent a loved one who has passed on, but still showing up for that person, okay? Still letting the person know that they are around them and giving them guidance, and they'll usually be dropping little signs, okay? So in this context, in this cup, looking at the whole picture of what I was showing, it definitely looks like some sort of divine intervention. Now, there was a person with the letter J, very defeated, walking away. I was showing the numbers 4 and 2. Now, the PM's house number here in Canada is 24, okay? It's just something that came to me about that, and I'm not going to speculate about anything, but this is what I was shown, okay? I was also shown the number 94. Now, the centre block of Parliament there, where that peace tower is, and that's supposed to be, the crown jewel of Canadian democracy, okay? And it's depicted on the $20 and $50 bills, if you're not sure what that is, but it's obviously a big deal, okay? So that particular building, that centre block building, was rebuilt 94 years ago, okay, after a fire, and it'll be 95 years on July the 1st, okay? Now, there's also work going on there at the moment with a lot of money being piled into to help, you know, improve the buildings and everything at the moment. Because, you know, at 94, nearly 95, it's, you know, obviously going to be showing some signs of wear and tear. But it's just, it's very significant. That's, you know, that was the point here. So as I say, I don't want to speculate what this all might be about this person being defeated and walking and all the rest of it. But I guess things will unfold and we'll see what all of this means, especially, you know, as that building is on the money. And anyway, lots of things there. My head was like running riot and I had to stop. I had to stop. I was like, I don't know what it means. I'm just going to put down on the paper here what I was showing. That's it. So further down the cup then, there was an arch. And although in tea leaves arches represent marriage, like long-term commitments, it wasn't feeling so much like that to me as it was the alignment of the planets that I mentioned in the last reading. So the 6 planets that are going to be aligning on June the 24th. So here we go again with 2 and 4. Okay? So I just feel something definitely in and around that, something, you know, very, very significant. And if you want to listen to that last reading, if you didn't, there was something in there as well that was really, you know, kind of different. Anyway, so anyway, we'll maybe go back and have a wee listen. So in that 3rd cup, I was showing then someone getting out of like a cart, like an old type cart, with a big barrel of food, like fresh food. So you know what I was getting there was like going to market. So it's either maybe, yes, you can maybe sell that produce, maybe you can share it, maybe you can trade it. You know, if you've got a big bucket of apples extra, but you have no potatoes this year, you know what, maybe you want to do the trade, you know, for the potatoes. You get what I'm saying here. I was also showing a person fishing. So it went back again to we are the way. That's what I was being brought back to again. And then I heard we are the way shores. So anyway, just I guess maybe showing people different ways to do things. Like humans are very resourceful, right? You know, and as it gets more expensive to put food on the table, we're going to have to be more resourceful. But maybe some people who haven't struggled in the past don't really know how to do that. You know, if they haven't had to tighten their belt in, they just might not know, and you might have to show them. So grandparents, you know, showing the grandchildren and what have you. So going back to basics again. I was then shown like an oil derrick, pump, and in the past whenever I was showing this showed an increase in oil and gas output, and of course that creates more jobs. Alright, so then someone is going to learn that they're pregnant by the looks of it. I was showing a little embryo with XY in there for a little baby boy. So it's happened, but you just might not know it yet, and I'm excited for you. I have a person in mind. Anyway, into the 3rd cup. Oh, lovely. Smoother sailing ahead. That the last 2 cups there definitely felt a bit more tense, you know. You know, as people are tense right now, you know, looking at ways to save money and everything, and you know, the grocery bill is growing and what have you. So anyway, this one was definitely calmer. So that face of contentment was not bothered by the negativity or any anger or anything around them. You know, they're just doing their thing there. And you know, we're in that sort of situation where we do need to practice rising above the discord again. You know, many of us were really caught right up in the middle of it all, especially over those last couple of years, you know, and there was a lot of division and everything. So it's just like, I don't know, people just, we've got bigger things to worry about now, and let's just do the best that we can. And so then the next thing I was showing people riding a tandem. So that's usually like a 2 or 3 seater bike. I have not seen one of those for a very long time, but maybe we're going to see more of those, you know, people trying to get into work, or, you know, just trying to get out and about and leave the car at home. But, you know, if it's a bit too far to walk, maybe taking the bike is a better way. All right, so, I mean, I do love that, seeing that, you know, because, yes, people, again, they are resourceful and they are creative, and it definitely can be a lot of fun doing that, you know, figuring out how to save money and do different things, you know, how to live life a bit differently. Live with what you have and not needing to get more, okay? And there was something too kept popping into my mind about greed, you know, maybe we just need to drop the greed, maybe, you know, consider other people, you know, we can't go into the store, you know, and buy all the loaves of bread. You know, somebody else doesn't have them. Like, not everybody can buy in bulk, you know, not everybody can go down to Costco there and buy a big pallet of something. You know, tons of people are living just, you know, paycheck to paycheck and just have to be very, very careful and budget and whatever. You know, what about those people, you know, who can't do that and buy in bulk? We just have to, you know, I suppose, think of other people as well. So anyway, then I was shown a rose, so that's the typical romance sign in tea leaves. So love is definitely in the air for some. And then again showing the arrow, and I love the arrow, and you know, arrows represent those big life changes, you know, like the moves, the career changes, the romances, etc. And you know, whenever you do make that big change, there's just no going back. You know, you don't do things the way you did them before. Now there is a blob in the bottom of the cup, and it's very stormy outside and very dark again, even with all the lights on in here. It's a very Irish day here. You know, you just can't really see things clearly, but anyway, there is a blob there in that cup, and that shows, you know, events to unfold before answers are clear. And I do feel like we're not being shown a lot of what is happening right now, no matter for tarot readers, or as I say, in the teacup here, and just all over, you know, people who generally try to get some insight for others. I definitely feel like things are being hidden. There are plans in place, things that are being hidden for the good of others, you know. I definitely do feel, you know, positivity around. It's not all doom and gloom. So that was it for the tea leaves. Wee Sawyer picked a citrine for the world, she said. Now the citrine is sort of the success or money stone, and also because of its sunny colour, it's said to brighten up the lives of those who work with it. So I'll write that in the description below, the citrine spelling there, and then you can look at that a wee bit more, and it might be a crystal that you do want to work with. And again, you know, she does pick up on the energy of what's going on in the world, and she obviously can tell people do need to be able to get brightened up, and they do need maybe a little bit more money in their pockets. So anyway, that's all I have for you this week, folks. I might do something in and around solstice on the 21st. Happy Father's Day to everybody out there on the 19th. Also, I just want to thank everybody, you know, for listening to me going on here, and you know, for liking, subscribing, sharing. I will be on the road starting next week. I have come away now from nursing, so retired from my post, and I'm sort of starting with my whole craft business, which you can probably see here, maybe a little bit, my little label here for the Cross My Heart Tea Leaf Readings and Crafts, and sort of, you know, doing little plants, and there'll be a lot more things that I will be putting out there too. So anyway, enjoy this adventure, folks. Enjoy this lovely full moon. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.